What's going on, y'all? My name is F. Welcome back to the junkyard. I don't remember what I was building at all. It's been like 2 weeks since I played. But as you guys may know, I went on vacation this past week. And oh my god, let me tell you about how bad it was to travel back home. Okay? So, you guys didn't know, me and my family went on a trip to the British Virgin Islands. Pretty nice area, to be honest. I'm not a big vacationer. But it was pretty nice out there. We're celebrating both my mom's 50th birthday and my uncle's 60th birthday. It was actually my uncle planned it to be his 60th birthday. I don't think we knew at the time when we started talking about this that was his 60th birthday. It was like supposed to be a 60th birthday celebration. But we're like, my mom was talking to my aunt, and she was like, "Yeah, we're looking to go on vacation." Like, my aunt was like, "Oh, we're going on vacation to the British Virgin Islands. You guys can tag along if you want." Pretty much is how it went, from my understanding. Or like something of that sort. That's the point. We went to British Virgin Islands, a big party of us. And let me just preface by saying, on the way there, my uncle and his family, there was 9 of them in their party. And there was only 5 in my party. But their party, they got delayed at the airport. Out of the 9 of them, 7 of them got delayed. I think it was 7, if I'm doing my math correctly. 7 of them got delayed because of weight restrictions. Now, it's not because they're super fat or anything, which, it's not the skinniest bunch of people, but that's my point. It's not because they were fat or anything like that. It's because in the British Virgin Islands, they don't have a very long runway, and okay, there goes my pickaxe. They don't have a very long runway, and if the plane's too heavy, it won't be able to take off, so they gotta lower the weight restrictions. Okay, so we're just prefacing with that. And on the way there, we had no problems. My family did. Well, actually, now that I think about it, on the way there, we had no problems still. I'm not changing that. But what happened was, we're in Miami, which is where our layover was. I'm from Detroit. I'm flying from Detroit to Miami to British Virgin Islands. What was it called? Tortola, I think, is the island we were flying into. We're flying into Tortola. We're in Miami, and they say, okay, there's going to be some weight restrictions here. I'm not going to be able to let everyone on the plane, is what they say. We're like, oh, great. This is what's happening to my uncle. It's happening to us now. And then they announced over the loudspeaker, can the party of my dad's name come to the front? And it was me, my dad, my mom, my brother, and his girlfriend. We all go to the front. They're like, "Oh, you guys get to be on the plane, pretty much." Like, we just get to skip the line and go right on. And it's because we got lucky that our seats were in the back of the plane, and they need people in the back to balance out the weight. So we got lucky. Now, on the way back, we weren't so lucky. We're flying home. My uncle and my aunt, they got 2 extra days, for free on their stay, because they're friends with the person who owns the house down there that they stayed in the Airbnb. And they had a few extra days of no one booked it. So the owner of the house yeah, you guys can stay here for 2 more days. So they decided to stay on their own. And all my cousins and their it was actually all girls that had spouses there. All their significant others, all their boyfriends and stuff. They all went home. All my cousin boyfriends, they all were going home on the same day as us, which was Wednesday. So on Wednesday, we're at the airport, all of us, and we're all on the same flight this time. We're all going home the same day. And we find out there's going to be weight restrictions. Now, we go to the airport, we go to check in, me and the 5 people in our party, and they say, we can't give you your seats yet, you might get our weight restricted. And we're like, what the hell, that's stupid. We're literally the first people there for the flight. But since too many people checked in online, I guess, that's at least what they said. Too many people checked in online, and we're possibly losing our seat. And all my cousins, they checked in online the night before, apparently. They were staying at a different house than us, so they all had seats, which is annoying. So, it gets down to the point where we start boarding the plane. People start boarding the plane. I look around, there's probably 8 to 10 people, including my party, that have no seat on their ticket. I'm literally looking as close as I can. And I see people get on the plane. They could call the groups. There's about 5 people plus our party sitting down still. And and then they start calling up the parties one at a time. They call a party of 2. And I look at their ticket. I see no seat on there, but they let them scan and get on. I mean, I'm not like a detective or anything. I don't have the best eyesight either, so maybe I was misreading it. But I'm pretty sure I know what I saw. They had no seat on their ticket. They get scanned. Party of 2, or no, party of 1. One guy goes up, scans the ticket, gets on. Another party of 2 goes up, scans the ticket, get on. And you know what they tell us? Party of 5. They say 2 of the 5 of you get to go. The other 3 have to stay. What? First of all, we were the first ones there out of all those people that had no seats. I know that for sure, that we were there before the people that had no seats. Second of all, if you only had so many seats, why would you not put the party of 5 out there together? Where's this creeper at? Okay, he's up there. We'll just go up for now. Am I going the right way? Ah! Okay. But if you know you're going to have X amount of seats, why would you not prioritize a party of 5 if you have more than 5 seats? There were 7 seats in a plane. They give them all away to random people in smaller groups, and then they say party of 5, you guys have to split up. Stupid. So we start arguing. We're not going to go down without a fight. All of our cousins are on the plane already. My one cousin has Down syndrome. We're supposed to be technically be in charge of them. But like his sister was there too, as like an adult. So like it wasn't like that big of a deal if we weren't there. But I said that to him, trying to use it as to our advantage to get us on the flight. Frankly, I'm lost in my own mind shaft right now, by the way. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work. We're not getting on the flight. So then we start thinking, okay, are 2 of us going to go, or are we just all 5 going to stay back? We're like, we get down to the point where it's like, okay, myself, and my mom can go, and then my brother, I almost just said Cooper, like you guys would know. My brother Cooper and his girlfriend and my dad would have stayed back and gotten on the flight a little bit later that day. And then when we're trying to decide, they go, never mind, we have 5 seats, let's go. And we all get on the tarmac, and in BVI, British Virgin Islands, okay, I'm actually lost right now. In the British Virgin Islands, they don't do like tunnels or like what's it called, like a gate with like a tunnel and like a staircase and everything. You just go walk onto the tarmac and you go walking up onto the plane. So we're walking on the tarmac. They open the door back up for us. We get on. We all sit down. Boom. All right, we're on the plane. All of our cousins are there around us. We're on the plane. It's perfect. A few minutes later, they come up to us and say, one of you has to get off. One of you 4 or one of you 5 has to get off. And we're like, what the hell, man? And they're like, okay. And my dad argues with them. Like, can you just like offer a voucher? Like, okay, we'll offer a voucher. They offer a voucher. Before the pilot even finishes offering the voucher, the flight attendant comes up to us and says, all 5 of you need to get off. What? So we all 5 get off after a little bit more arguing. And we argued every step of the way. I'm going to be honest here. We were not going down without a fight. And that's probably not like the best thing to admit, but it's the case. So all 5 of us get off. And then we go, where the hell am I supposed to get out? This creeper just calls out of the sky. I'm lost. But it's like, all right, we're all back, and we have another flight later that day at like whatever time. And it turns out that we have about an hour from when our second flight, the flight that we got re-put on or delayed to, the flight we got delayed to, we have about 1 hour from when that lands in Miami to when our flight takes off to Detroit. So we land in Miami. And I had to go back a little bit. When we got kicked off the flight, they were offering us a voucher, but they said for us to be able to be qualified for the voucher, we had to say we volunteered. So we say, okay, fine, we volunteered, give us an $800 voucher each. Is this nice? Oh, I dug my own staircase house. No wonder I couldn't find my way out. They give us an $800 voucher each, and they say, you have to volunteer for us to be able to give you this voucher. We say, okay, we volunteered by technicality, but we all know that we didn't actually volunteer. You guys kicked us off. And they're like, all right, fine. They give us a voucher. We get on the flight, get to Miami. We're in Miami. We have about an hour, not a little bit less than an hour to get to our next flight. And this airport, oh my gosh, we're flying in from technically a foreign country, British Virgin Islands. So we gotta go through customs, we gotta go through this, we gotta go through that. We get to the customs line. My brother's girlfriend's from Canada. So we have to go to the line that's not US citizens. We talk to some guy there, ask him, explain to him a situation, and he helps us skip the line. We skip through the line. We skip through the line. We get in line. We're able to get through. No problem. We are running through the airport. And now also, let me tell you, when we got kicked off the plane in BVI, they gave us our check bags and they reset it to not have a layover. Okay? Because they didn't think, they already just basically assumed we wouldn't make our layover. So they're like, we're going to make it, so we're going to check your bags. So it's for this flight from British Virgin Islands to Miami only. And tomorrow, because the next flight out of Miami to Detroit was the next day, and like, and then tomorrow you can bring it back to the airport and check the bags and get on the flight to Miami, or get on the flight to Michigan, and it'll be fine, okay? And we're like, F you, we're gonna make this flight, but whatever, sure, whatever. Fine, right? Well, we have our bags and we have to check them now. We get to the American Airlines check center with about 45 minutes before our flight takes off. And my cousin Vito, who has Down syndrome, is texting me the whole time because he's super nervous about if we're going to make it or not. And so is his sister and all the people around him. They're texting me nonstop. And I'm texting back and forth with them. Vito texts me saying, I text him like, are you guys boarding yet? 45 minutes before. And he goes, not yet. Okay. And then we get to the gate, or get to the check bag area. And the guy tells us, we can't check your bags. The luggage gate's already closed. What? Why is it closed? They haven't even started boarding yet. It's already closed. And then he calls another guy in. The other guy comes up after a couple minutes. And at the exact same time, I got a text from Vito saying, we just started boarding. The guy looks us in the eyes and tells us, I'm not even joking, this is the exact same time, tells us, the flight's already ready to go. They're about to take off. What? They're ready to go? I said, what do you mean? He's like, everyone's boarded, the door's closed, they're ready to go. I'm like, my cousin who's getting on the flight just texted me they just started boarding. Right? And so you're lying to me in my face. And then they stalled us. They said, we're gonna get your supervisor. The guy disappears for about 5 minutes, comes back like 10 minutes later at this point, walking in slow motion saying supervisor's coming. After about 15 minutes of no coming, pause, supervisor never shows up and he's like, yeah, he's busy. So we're like, fuck you, man. Okay, sorry for cussing. Fuck you, man. What other options do we have? They're just trying to book us on the flight for the next day. We're like, no. What other options? We want to get home tonight. What else can we do? And the guy goes, we'll fly to Cleveland. It takes off 20 minutes after the flight to Detroit did. But the gate's still open 30 minutes later. Sorry, I'm mad now again. 30 minutes later now. It probably wasn't 30. It was like probably 25. But the flight from Miami to Detroit took off at 8:38 p.m. And the flight from Miami to Cleveland took off at 9:01. And for some reason, 25 minutes later, the Cleveland... You could still get our luggage on the plane in Cleveland, but 50 minutes before the flight to Detroit, we couldn't. So we ended up flying to Cleveland, landing in Cleveland at midnight, driving 2.5 hours from the Cleveland airport to Detroit airport to pick up our car because we drove our car and left it in the Detroit parking lot for a week. I had to go drive from Cleveland with a rental car to Detroit, switch out to our proper car at 3 in the morning, and then drive. And dude, also with the rental car, we barely got it on time because the rental car place closed at 12:30. My dad rented the car at 12:21. We rent a car, drive from Cleveland to Detroit airport, drop it off there. It's a completely empty parking lot with like one lady standing in the middle of it saying, are you with, I think we were with Avis. Are you with, or this was Avis? We're like, yes. And she's like, leave the car. We just get out. There's a bus there with one dude in it and the driver's just sitting there playing games on his phone. Trying to pretty much just tell us, go walk to the parking garage. I'm like, dude, the parking garage on the other side of the freeway. You want me to go walk to it? And then we drove the hour home from the airport because the airport's an hour away from my house. And I crashed and I got home and I was dead tired and I didn't sleep or eat anything that whole day. We woke up at 8:45 and I didn't go to sleep until 4 a.m. I didn't sleep at all on the plane or in the car or anything. I tried my best to. My parents both slept on the plane. My brother and his girlfriend both slept on the plane and the car, so they were completely refreshed the next day. I was dead tired. I didn't eat the whole day because I woke up, I drank a half cup of coffee because I drink cold coffee and we don't have cold brew down there. So it's like, in BVI, we didn't have cold brew. My parents would make hot coffee and put it in the fridge the night before. So I have it the next morning. So it wasn't even that good. And then I didn't eat anything all day except for like the pretzels and the pop they give you on the plane. God, dude, it was ridiculously stupid. It was so dumb. But yeah, happens, am I right? God, it was American Airlines, by the way. Never flying American Airlines ever again if I can do myself any better. But yeah, BVI was pretty cool. I mean, I'm not a big vacationer. I like the beach, but we have a house on the lake, on one of the Great Lakes here in Michigan that we go to in the summer. And I would rather just go there than go, especially go through all the trouble going all the way away and not be able to do any work or anything. I feel like I'm like handcuffed. I posted a video the day I left. Or the first day we got there is when I actually uploaded the video. And it was doing bad. I couldn't make a new thumbnail the whole time. It was annoying. I mean, it's not really for me. A perfect vacation for me is like 2 or 3 days long, frankly. And it's not worth it to go down there for 2 or 3 days when it takes you a whole day to get there and a whole day to get back. And even like, if we didn't go through all this trouble, the get there, we had no trouble at all. And it took us, we woke up at 2 a.m. and we landed and got to our Airbnb at It's like 6 p.m. And I stay up all night because I stay up late anyway, so I didn't even go to sleep that night. But yeah, it was a nice vacation, but I mean, it would take a lot on me to go back. I'd probably have to be really old and have nothing else going on anymore, frankly. Hey, dog, get back in the house. But yeah, I have more YouTube stuff I could go over, but I'm not going to really. I'm posting more on Coach F now if you guys want to go check that out. I posted a Wii Sports Resort video and a Tomodachi Life video. I'm streaming more. I don't know. I'm kind of in a weird spot with YouTube, I feel like, but that's not something to talk about this week, really. I never took a screenshot. I'll probably just take a screenshot in the caves while editing. But yeah, I know this wasn't like inspirational or introspective or anything. It was kind of just me ranting, and I feel like ranting and complaining a lot is really like mentally bad, like bad for the soul, I guess is the best way to put it. So I wanted to try to avoid doing that. I do complain a lot, and I do get angry about stuff pretty easily, frankly. And I don't like doing that. So maybe that's what next week's video will be about. But until then, that was it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you really liked the video. Subscribe to my main channel, Minecraft. My most recent video flopped pretty bad, so I really appreciate you guys go check that out. I thought it was really good. I was really happy with the way it turned out, and it just did not get a lot of views. And then, what else is there? My Coach App channel, I'm kind of posting lower effort stuff on there, but still, I think it's still entertaining. So, whatever you guys are interested in. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all next week.